Hey FLOSSTUBE, it's Leigh from Creative Leigh on Anzac Day, Sunday 25th of April with FLOSSTUBE number 72. So welcome back to returning viewers and hello to anyone who's new. Bit of a YouTube channel about cross stitch, a little bit of life stuff but mostly cross stitch. Different jaunty angle today. Two reasons. One, I pre-recorded a bit of a haul video because I wanted to get stuff put away. Second, can't get to my table because I'm in the middle of kitting stuff up. More about that later. But anyway, I thought I'd pop in here. Lovely day. I'm just pottering around the house. I might make some banana and Feijoa loaf a bit later on because the neighbour gave me some Feijoas. I've got a couple of bananas that could be done with being used. So we'll see how that goes. And day off tomorrow. Now that Anzac Day is Monday-ised here in New Zealand, we get to have Monday off work, so not going to complain. Yeah, so it's going to be a slightly different video. I've gone completely blank. So yeah, just different angle today, mix it up a little. Quickly show you a little bit about what I did this week. I haven't ironed anything, so apologise in advance. Earlier in the week I decided to pick up my Carolyn Manning design Sunset because I hadn't given this any love for a while, and I made a little bit of progress on it. So I'm stitching this on 20 count Aida in the colourway Corail. I can't say coral in French, but imagine I could, and that's how I would say it. And it's fabric I got on Etsy from Tom and Lily in France. So, and I got quite a little bit done. Let's just say there was a lot of line of duty watched this week, so I'm all up to date with season 5, and pretty much kind of got all of this done. That's halfway there, so I'm almost a quarter done with this, and now it's kind of rinse and repeat. But yeah, it's pretty luscious. Yeah, very happy with that. So that's quite a lot of stitching. But yeah, yay me. So got that done, and then yesterday, basically for the first time in ages, I had a Saturday at home, and I pretty much did nothing much other than stitch. And I picked up Hoity Toity from Long Dog Sampler, which I'm stitching on 36 count Feijoa from Country Stitch, using a random, mostly DMC partial conversion. So I basically got the two budgies, they're not budgies, but those two peacocky pheasants maybe? I don't know what they are. Budgies done in the house. There's a lot of stitching in that middle bit, and up the side here. What have we got? A couple of, oh yeah, a couple of cardinals and little dogs, foxes maybe, and the obligatory berry bowls. So yeah, that's not going to take, these two aren't going to take nearly as long as that middle bit, I don't think, but I dropped it. So yeah, it's coming along really well. Definitely well close to a finish now. But yeah, I'll put that away. So that's pretty much what I worked on this week. Must say, had a good, real couple of late nights during the week watching Line of Duty. So yeah, not good, not enough sleep. And then yesterday just dedicated to getting that middle motif done. So I did get some haul. My expo haul, Needlework Expo haul that I got from Garron Stitchery arrived. So I took a wee little video, mostly because I wanted to get some stuff put away and start kitting some stuff up, and I just didn't want to wait. So I'm just gonna go and insert that little clip from the past. I mentioned a few weeks ago in the last few weeks that I put in a bit of an order from Needlework Expo. Probably the first time I've done like a mass. It's the first time I spent this much money on random stuff for cross stitch ever in one go. Apart from when I bought my chatelaine beads and threads and stuff, because that's like expensive. But anyway, I pretty much did one order through Garen Stitchery because they just Gary and Ronnie made it easy. Fantastic service, not too much shipping to New Zealand. I don't remember what it was, but it was fine. Kept me informed all the way, like an email to expect the invoice, and then I got the invoice. They say they ship the day you pay, they ship the day you pay. The biggest pain in the bum was the fact that it seemed to sit in Japan for a couple of weeks, no one's fault. And then suddenly it arrived on Wednesday, and Tuesday or Wednesday, and it's so exciting. So I had kind of forgotten exactly what I ordered because I made a massive list, and then I was like, okay, here's some things that I can easily get later on, like, you know, I can buy a PDF from this place. Plum Street's easy to get in New Zealand, so I kind of just picked up a few little things. So I'll just show you randomly what I got and why I bought it. Okay, first up, I ordered a couple of Rosewood Manor pieces, and the first one is the O Feathers, which I think Gary said that's the number one. This was the number one pre-order item that they had, and I do have a little thing for peacocks. I've got a couple of peacock designs. Looks like one day I might be able to do a display of peacocks with my ever-changing. This quarter I'm going to have peacocks, next quarter I'm going to have cats, next quarter I'm going to have pomegranates, whatever it might be. But yeah, it's pretty bright, but I love colour, as you can tell by my beige walls. But also I was attracted to it because they were selling the Sulky pack for it. And I haven't used Sulky, and it'll be fun just to try that. So I bought that as well. I probably am not going to stitch it on white. I've got it's a pad of fabric that I got from Catherine for the Rainbow Club from Country Stitch a couple of months ago that can't remember what it's called, but it's got a little bit of bluey in it. I think that might be okay as long as it's not got too much pink in it. So I'll find something anyway. I'll probably just use something with a real subtle colour. But I think I'm going to stitch this because at the very least I can grab some 32 count white linen. But I think I'm going to start this at the New Zealand cross-stitching retreat in Christchurch late May, so in a few weeks. That's probably all I'm going to take down because easy, you know, a needle and a pair of scissors and some fabric and I'm done. So yay. So that's the first thing I bought. Then also I just fell in love with Griffins of the Kingdom. It's just cool, and so I bought that. I have just put through an order for the two petite treasure braids that it's used for. I looked at my couple of golds that I've got different. I'm like, I'll just buy it in the red. And it's just DMC 310. I may use silk that I have in my stash. I just think it's really cool. And when I finish this, I don't know when I'm going to start it. I think I might stitch this after I finish Arcade. I might have a break between Arcade and my next big mono long dog, and I might sneak this one in. And then I've already promised this chart to Zeb when I'm done. Right, that was those two, obviously. Then I picked up a couple of random things from designs that I've never stitched before. So this one really appealed to me. It's from Kesslin's. It's called Cross Stitch Fun. I know there's glare. Listen, I took these out of the plastic already and then putting it, I'm like, no. So Kesslin's Fun. It is a cute, quirky little cat sampler. It's got cats on it, or a cat. It's got a cat on it. And I guess I love the combination of traditional motifs and then weird little quirky things like this pelican-y thing or whatever the hell that is. I don't know what that is. Is that a pelican or it's a bird? And the obligatory pear, which I seem to be buying things with pears on them. I mean, you know, I don't know what that is. Is that a cat in the tree? Yeah. Anyway, it's kind of cute. That's what I saw, and I'm like, oh, that's quite cool. But, you know, me with thinking about when I did my Seasons of Friendship sampler, Quickest Season of Friendship, I, you know, picked a colour scheme and ran with it. Well, someone else did that as well. On the back of the chart, there is an alternate second colourway that was stitched by someone else with DMC, and I think for more information go to the website. I haven't done that yet, which that makes it easy to make decisions about where to stitch the different colours, but I would easily definitely pick my own colour scheme. So I love this, I like this, but I probably will do something like that, given it's a modern sampler, not a repro. Why not have a bit of fun with it? When am I going to stitch that? No idea. What am I stitching at the moment? Yeah, I don't know. You know, I'd be like, it'll go in my stash and then one day I'll have started, it'll be a third done. You know me. So yeah, love that. So that is just, had to grab it. Yeah, never stitched from that designer before, so that's cool. I picked up this cute little, talk about different styles, right? But I picked up a Silver Creek Samplers, which I know is a pretty well-known designer, but I've never stitched anything from them. But I just loved, got a thing for lighthouses. That might be another thing that starts popping up. I love the little sentiment. Always be a lighthouse, shine your beacon bright, guide every soul adrift at sea throughout their darkest night. You know, it's a good old grab out your DMC and find a nice piece of mottly grey fabric. I think it's really lovely. It's got quite a lot of stitching in it. I don't love the chart. There's just a little bit of it. Man, the symbols are really dense and squares are really small. So what I'll do is I'll take it to work and I'll photocopy it and blow it up to A3. So it'll be bigger because that's quite dense. Like, it's not that it's not readable, it's just like hard work to sometimes see where the 2s become 3s and then the little, what I call the little nuclear symbols or radioactive symbols versus the ones that look like that. I know that's a cross, anyway. So I'll blow up that chart, and but I think this is just so sweet, and I kind of really just want to stitch this. But because all you need is a piece of fabric and some they all need a piece of fabric. What a stupid thing to say. It's been a week, people. All I need is a piece of fabric because it's just DMC. Like, I don't have to go and buy freaking specialty stuff, and you know, it's not that hard to find a piece of grey fabric. That's so cute. This one was just a tiny little gap filler, and another reason I wanted to do this little haul but now is I could easily pick this up tomorrow and just stitch it. Tomorrow being Saturday. I don't think this will take me very long. It's so cute. It's called Quiet Place, and it's just this dinky, gorgeous little 53 by 77. I don't do a lot of smalls. And find your own quiet place. And the last few months have been, I haven't had my quiet place. It's a long weekend this weekend. I intend to spend at least one day, if not 2 days, completely on my own, doing my own thing, pottering around, whether that be housework, making bread, stitching, scrapbooking, reading, sleeping, singing, dancing around the house, not wearing a bra, whatever it is. That's what I need. I haven't had that for a few weeks and months. I don't even know when. Me having quiet is really important. I love socializing and, you know, being with friends and spending time with friends and stuff. But I totally just need some time to myself, and I just love this. And see, I hold them up long enough that you could probably stitch the bloody design from it. But anyway, it has this cute little, which I didn't even realise when I bought it, because it was just the idea of having a swing on a tree. Has this cute little button, which is a little sheep. How Kiwi can you get having a sheep on a thing? So yeah, I need to just find a nice piece of grey fabric, which I don't have, but I don't know. Sure, Judith, I'm sure you have a piece of grey fabric, but anyway, I'll yeah, that's just, oh, so that is from Puntini. I don't know if that's how you say it. I've never heard of them before, but it was on the page. Designed by Paola Rizzi. Oh, Puntini. Where are they from? I don't know. It's like, the chart's tiny. It's going to be so quick to stitch. But, you know, what a sense of satisfaction. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 colours DMC. Yay. So, yeah. Quite excited about having something tiny that I could probably finish in a day. Then another design. I don't think I haven't ever bought anything from Therese Kogut. But I bought Come to My Garden. Oh no, Come to the Garden. And that little sentiment on it. Come to the garden, thy senses shall be overjoyed. And I mean, the reds, it's going to sit beautifully eventually on the wall with my red samplers, I guess. When you think about my, what's that one I'm doing? The Red Deer sampler. There's one that's on its way that I bought from, it's a Hands Across the Sea, and it's from, I bought it from Teresa Kittenstitcher. She had it on Overstock. It's in transit to me. It has lots of red in it, and quirky weird plants and stuff. I think this is beautiful. I want to start it, but I'm not going to. I need to just tie-ho a little bit, and this might, okay. I'm seriously thinking about doing something very random next year. Next year, on the 18th of January, I turn 50. I'm kind of thinking, fuck it, start 50 things. Do I start 50 things? Can I kit 50 things up? I'm sure I can kit 50 things up. And some of those things might be, I've got this free Blackbird sampler that will fit on a scrap of fabric and use some, like, I'm not talking about 50 massive bloody, you know, 295 by 225 samplers, but I've gone on a bit of a spend too much money lately, and I'm thinking about, do I do that? So that would be me fully going, okay, if I start 50 things in my 50th year, my year I'm 50, I'm not going to finish them all within a year. That's fine. But they have to be things I really, really love, or that are just quick little fun little stitches. Like, I actually really, really love this, but cute little fun little stitches. So I might be going a bit mad over the next little while. The other thing too is my plans for for the year I turn 50, I was going to go to Europe. I'm not going to Europe next year, and I'm probably not going to Europe the year after. So possibly thinking far into the future, I might go to Europe when I'm 55. So I've got a few years to worry about that. So this next year is going to be working on my garden, literally and figuratively, because, you know, the grass is going to go down in a month or so. And yeah, I don't know. I'm thinking about it. What do you think, Zeb? Zeb's like, yeah, go for it, crazy woman. I mean, got to catch up to people who've got all the whips and stuff. But yeah, but gosh, I love this. I love this. I'll show you again. It's just lovely. It's like, I love dense samplers. I don't like them with too many gaps, I don't think. I either like them super symmetrical or I like them really, really random. I am holding myself back to not start this. At this stage, this is going to be my birthday start, 2021. We'll see. So that's all the charts that I bought in the sulky. And I also bought 4 pieces of fabric because they looked beautiful and why the hell not? So they're all from Fibre on a Whim. And they've all got lovely stickers from Carolyn Stitchery, so I'm not sure whether they just bought a whole lot of fabric and chopped it up themselves. I've seen a couple of people on different floss tubes recently going, they're waiting. So whatever Gary did, he did a great job to get in there and get stuff, because everything I ordered, he was able to ship together within, I think, a couple of weeks of Expo. So just honestly, I recommend, however they've got their business set up, it's working a treat. So, starting with, so it's all from Fibre on a Whim. I guess they're fat quarters, 36 count, because that's my favourite count. This I'll stitch on 40 count probably, so I'll need to sort out some fabric for that, but we'll worry about that later. So Fibre on a Whim. So this one, I'm not taking them out of the plastic, I'm sorry. I'm not really sorry, I'm just not taking them out of the plastic. Cream and sugar, so it's just a really lovely just vintagey cream, but not too cream. I then got affogato, which is my dessert of choice if I've been out for dinner and want just a little something. Then I go down to a place in town called Cafe Ice, coffee and ice cream. They make gelato, and it's a Wellington-based business. They make gelato and sorbet and an affogato after a nice dinner with just that scoop of vanilla gelato with a shot of espresso is just the perfect end to an evening. So I love affogato. It's a slightly greenish beige. Yeah, it's got that greenish tinge to it. This is beautiful. Cypress, so real nice, fresh, winter greeny sort of neutral. So it's definitely got that bluish green to it, and I think it's lovely. And then this one, persimmon. Hate persimmons to eat, but I love this. This is it. So when pinks, I do this kind of pink, this kind of blushy, salmony sort of pink. So they are beautiful fabrics. So that's like, yay me. So that, my darling people, is my haul from Needlework Expo. And I've hinted now at what I think I'm going to do for next year. So I have, I've got a few things still on their way to me. 50 things, literally, like it's one a week. It's starting one a week. We'll see. Why not? Anyway, I'm going to hand you back to Leigh in the future. Ciao. So, that was a little bit of a rambly haul if I remember from memory, if I remember from Friday. So yeah, as I mentioned in there, I have this crazy idea that perhaps I'll do 50 starts next year. So what I've done over the last couple of days is I got out everything I own when it comes to, you know, fancy flosses on rings. It's all my Victorian motto. And you know what? I'm lacking oranges, greens, anyway, and yellows. But anyway, so my fancy floss, my silk, my fabric, and various charts that I've got, whether they be PDFs, magazine rip-outs, copies of things from Readly, and I've just started working through what I have, instead of what I can pull together, and then making a wee list of what I need. Like, I've got several projects that kind of need 40 count Edinburgh just in cream or a warm neutral like mallow or something. So it's like, oh well, I kind of need a metre of that and a metre of that, and then I need a couple of specialty flosses here, or so just starting to make a list and matching up things that I have with projects. And I have about 35 partially kitted things, which is ridiculous that I have that much that I've been able to pull. So probably the things that I'm lacking in a fabric. But I don't have to have everything kitted by the beginning of the year, because I'm thinking potentially I'll do a starter week. And I have way too many big projects, but I do have little things as well that I will match to scraps of fabric and what have you. So yeah, am I crazy? But regardless of whether I go ahead and start all these things or not, what's nice for me is having various bits of fabric allocated to projects, so I know where my gaps are. So my gaps are, I have gaps in just, I need some cream off-white, kind of 40 count and 36 count. I've got plenty of 36 count sampler fabric at the moment, so that's cool. Yeah, it's been kind of fun. I kind of enjoy going through all the pretty things and thinking, well, how would I use that? Actually, it's quite funny because you may recall I showed the Persimmon, it's way over there, I showed the Persimmon, I think it's 1847 sampler that I bought off of someone. So I've had a look, it needs, ideally on a 40 count. And I had a wee look at it, and it doesn't have a colour key, so I don't know whether it's been lost or it was never put in. But that's okay. It's all kind of pale, neutrally, whatever's. I'm going to use silk. I'm going to kit it up. I'm going to kit it up with silk from my stash. So, I've got some neutrals that I could use, and I'll just change a little bit of it. I've got a couple of months worth of Silks for You coming, so by the time I get the rest of the year, given that we're looking at starting stuff next year, whenever I get to start it, I'm sure I will have enough colours to make it work between the silk and my whatever. So yeah, it's a bit of a challenge. So yeah, what did I say? Something like 35. Was it 35 I said? Ridiculous. So that's quite exciting. Now there was a question on my video last week that I meant to answer. So it's a question from Hillary. So hi Hillary. Hillary asked a question last week. Do I keep a list of the floss that I have or that I need so that to help me when I go shopping? Well, Hillary, The thing is, most of the time that I go shopping when I go shopping online, because there isn't anywhere else to go and where I live, other than when I visit Catherine. So I have a budget in mind most of the time, and I had a particular project that I knew I needed a few flosses for, which was Nevermore, and had the opportunity to get them from her. So I have the PDF on my phone, saved in OneDrive, so all I had to do for that one was open it up. And I knew that I didn't have any of the called for flosses, and I was quite keen to do it with close to the called for, although I have actually made a couple of substitutions and kitting that up because of the fabric I'm using. So what I do, like I just said, I typically plan sort of 2 or 3 projects ahead. Right now I'm potentially planning up to 50. And I just get everything out, and I kind of get the pattern, look at what fabric I have, work out what size I think I want to stitch it in, like 36 count or 40 count, see if I can find fabric, and then I will go through the floss list, and combination of looking at the DMC called for, what it looks like on the picture, what I have. I may just start subbing stuff in, and then I'll just make a list of what else I need. So I keep a little bit of a list, ordered by kind of the chart, and then when I put through any kind of online order, I just decide, oh yeah, I'm going to grab the 5 flosses I need for this chart, or I'm going to grab the couple of silks I need for this one, or the fabric for this one. That's how I do it. That answers your question. That was a bit long to answer in a message. Okay, I rabbited it on long enough. I'm going to go stitch all this together. Yeah, keep watching for the madness that may be Leigh turns 50 and has a breakdown and starts all the things. Okay, thanks for your attention, and enjoy your stitching. Until next week, don't let your needles rust. Ciao.